This is the SAP Developer News for January 11th, 2024.
The Generative AI Hub that was introduced at TechEd last year, I'm sure you've all seen my use case in the developer keynote, has been released at the end of last year and is now generally available. There are multiple models available in the Generative AI Hub on AI Core already, and you can see them in your SAP AI Launchpad. For example, we have the OpenAI GPT models, we have the OpenAI text embedding model, and we have the open source Falcon model available. I know of some more to come. For more information, check out Hadi Hara's blog post on the release of the Generative AI Hub. And we also have a really cool tutorial available already by Paul, where he gives you, he shows you how you can configure everything, and he also shows you some very great examples. For example, text summarization, translation, and sentiment analysis, and a couple more. And he also shows you how you can do good prompting, for example, few shot and zero shot prompting. So there's a lot to learn. Make sure to check it out, and the links are, as always, in the description.
There are a couple of events coming up later this month on the topic of the SAP Business Technology Platform. First up is a session in a new series, an Ask Me Anything series, all about SAP BTP. This first session on Wednesday, the 17th of January, which is next week if you're watching this news episode right now, is all about enterprise automation and features Stefan Schluchter and Manuel Namislo. Find out all about this session and how to join in Mayara's blog post. Then, on Thursday, the 25th of January, there's the first What's New with SAP BTP session of 2024, which covers recent innovation highlights, including Document Extraction Premium Edition, Edge Integration Cell with SAP Integration Suite, and also the SAP BTP Guidance Framework for architects, developers, and operators. Find out all about this session and how to join in CC's blog post.
Did you know that you don't have to know everything about the SAP BTP Cockpit? That's because we provide help on every screen. Simply click the question mark in the upper right-hand corner, and it will bring up a contextual help menu that highlights different items on the page that you're looking at to give you guidance on how to fill in that information. If you go to a screen where it gives you information but you need a little more help, you may not just want to know about what it's talking about for importing a destination. You want to look at more documentation from outside on the SAP Help document page. All within the SAP BTP Cockpit, you can be guided to the help that you need.
Hello everyone, SAP has released SP09 of ABAP platform trial on Docker. I hope all of you remember that SAP has made ABAP platform trial available on Docker during SP07. ABAP platform trial is a downloadable ABAP platform on SAP HANA 2.0 for trying out the ABAP language and toolset. It is extensively pre-configured with SAP Fiori Launchpad, SAP Cloud Connector, pre-configured backend and frontend connections, roles, and sample applications. It can be used by developers to get started with ABAP language and tools, or to deep dive into the new features of ABAP. The address remains the same, but there is a change in the password, which is mentioned in the blog post by Julie Plummer. You can also find the prerequisites and other details in this blog post, so don't forget to check it out, and happy learning.
Hello SAP developers. I have some exciting news on the new enhancements added to improve the usability in the SAP Build Process Automation tool. Robin Kivitt has written a blog explaining the 3 key areas of improvements in the process editor. First off, let's talk about the process overview area. To make it easier for you to understand complex processes at a glance, the process layout is redesigned to use a vertical orientation, which makes better use of your screen space. The side panel is now collapsed by default and can be expanded by clicking on the information icon for global process settings or the respective step of the process. Next up is the ease of use aspect. Now, you can simply drag and drop individual or group of steps to the desired position, and the process will automatically adjust itself while preserving all the sensible data mappings. This is a huge time saver, especially during the initial stages of development or when making adjustments later on. A new go-to-step feature is also introduced in the flow logic section, which allows you to easily connect to upstream or downstream steps. In the guided building experience area, in-app help can point you to specific elements on the canvas. This will help you quickly understand the new functionality available to you and the context-specific help while building a process. Additionally, a selection menu provides a better view of the available options when adding steps or flow logic controls. These layout and usability improvements are already available as of January 7th in certain regions and landscapes. They will also be made available in more regions on January 21st. And if you are a first-time user of the Build Process Automation tool, we highly recommend checking out our new tutorial called Build Your First Business Process using layout and usability improvements in the process editor. If you have already tried out these new improvements, we would love to hear your feedback. There is an anonymous feedback survey link in the description below for you to share your thoughts. Check out this blog post to learn more about the enhancements and features planned for release this year.
Hello everybody! I once again wish you all a joyful New Year 2024. We, developer advocates, are delighted to bring you the latest SAP developer news. Joule, SAP's new generative AI copilot, a game changer that's going to change the way we are interacting with SAP systems. You ask any logical questions and Joule gets back to you with the smart answers, helping you to make right business decisions. Joule is now embedded into the entire SAP Cloud portfolio. Joule product documentation covering what is Joule, its initial setup, feature scope, and capabilities including security relevant information is now available on SAP Help portal. This is sure to enhance the developer experience. Enjoy learning and take care.